Okay, I'm going to attempt to show you how to replace a string or wire on your Salter if you accidentally break one. There's three main tools you're going to need. One is a pair of needle nose pliers, a pair of side cuts, and of course your tuning wrench. Now on the needle nose pliers and the side cuts, you can get those at any box store. Any of those will work just fine. I use a pair of stainless side cuts, the orthodontist side cuts, because I do a lot of wire cutting and they'll hold up to the abuse. So what we're going to do, I'm going to try and zoom in here to where we can get a close-up of the peg. Now when you break a wire, the first thing you want to do is clean off the excess debris off the peg, snip it off. Then you're going to want to put your wrench on and turn that wrench counterclockwise 1/2 to 1 full revolution. By doing that, you're going to raise the peg up. And also there is a hole that goes clear through the peg, and you want to be able to make sure that that hole faces the front of the Salter. Now when I send you the wire, I'm going to have a little loop on one end of the wire. I don't know if you're able to see that. It's an awful small little loop. I call it a fish hook. And the other end of the wire is just straight cut off. So what we're going to do, I'm going to try to keep my hands out of the way as much as possible, is run that wire from the back of the Salter through that hole to the front. Now what we want to do is take and grab that little fish hook with the needle nose pliers. Okay. Also, you want to have the short end of that fish hook up and away from you a little bit. Go to the front of the peg, grab the wire, go 1/2 a revolution around that peg, as you can see it right there, and I caught that fish hook. Now I'm going to take the needle nose pliers, run it into that hole, push a little bit more until it's flush against the back of the peg. Now I'm going to pull straight out and we're cinched in on that peg, and you're actually done with that peg right there. Okay, then we'll stretch it to the front. Now we're going to go to the other side of the Salter, and we're going to do one on the opposite side. So let me veer over here a little bit to right there. And we're going to do one on the right side of the Salter. So it'll be the same thing. If you broke a string on this side, same ordeal. You clean off the debris, turn the peg counterclockwise, 1 revolution or 1/2 a revolution, but make sure the hole faces from back to front. You're raising the peg a little bit. Here again, we're going to take the wire, going to run it through that hole, pull it clear forward, and we're going to grab the back end of that fish hook. Make sure the short end is up and away from you. Go 1/2 a revolution, snag that into that fish hook, and right away it's already settled in that hole. And then we're going to take the needle nose pliers and push it the rest of the way in. The wire shooting off the side, cinch it over, bring it through. There again, you're done with the tuning pin on that side. So I'm going to shut the camera off, rearrange it so we can get a good shot of the hitch pins, and I will show you then how to wire up on the other end of the wire.